Imagine you come across a selfie of your partner without any clothes on. You've never seen this image before, and they've never talked about making this kind of content. You send it to your partner, asking if it's them. They say no. Apparently, they've never seen this picture either, but it looks exactly like them. Either they have to be lying or what? It's a deepfake? But turns out, they're not lying, and it's not AI. It's a real person, someone so delusional that they have devoted their entire life to becoming someone else. From their hair, their makeup, how they talk, how they move their face. This obsessed fan has taken everything that was unique about your partner and based their entire personality around it. And now they're selling your partner's body on OF. Well, this is similar to what actually happened with an overly infatuated Ariana Grande stan, and it's only inspiring more desperate wannabes, like the one who has now stolen Taylor Swift's entire identity. But what do we expect when we've let toxic fans go unchecked for years? This only feels like the next step in their evolution, and it's only getting worse. Well, unless Ariana and Taylor have anything to say about it. If there's one modern celebrity that's known for having impersonators that rival those of MJ, Elvis, and Marilyn, it has to be singer, actress, and former Nickelodeon star Ariana Grande.
Why are there so many Ariana Grandes?
I genuinely don't think anything scares me more on this planet than Ariana Grande impersonators.
I want to talk about the obsession with looking like Ariana Grande.
Many an Arianator has been inspired by the star's signature hairdo, makeup, and style, leading certain members of the fandom to gain wannabe status, such as YouTuber Gabby DeMartino.
Hi guys, I'm Ariana. She's so pretty, I love her. I think I have a girl crush on her.
Emery Bingham, and Jessica Tikasing.
Features that are similar to Ariana would just be a similar facial structure.
But no one has perfected the routine quite like Paige Neiman.
I feel like I have to start by asking, are you sure that you're not Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Homeschooled in California, Paige's resemblance to Grande was first pointed out by a kid on the playground when she was just 10 years old.
I didn't know who that was, and I think I looked her up. I saw how beautiful she was, and I immediately became obsessed with her.
And that meant her natural similarities to the star, that were likely due to their shared half-Sicilian ancestry, weren't enough for Paige. After all, she didn't want to just resemble Ariana. She wanted to become her, physically speaking at least. And so, Paige asked her mother to do her makeup and hair like the pop stars, something Paige herself then began practicing by watching Ariana-inspired makeup tutorials online. But this transformation wasn't done in private. See, in 2016, at 12 years old, Paige began posting TikToks, and in the process, documented the transition from regular girl to superstar, as over the years she perfected Ariana's makeup, molded her facial expressions and mannerisms, and mastered the art of the dimple until the person she had been before was no more. Online, Paige was now a full-time Ariana impersonator, or rather part-time, as she also cosplayed as the star's Victorious character, Kat Valentine.
One time, when I was 7, I was at the beach and I made a sandcastle, and I called it Kat's Castle.
And sometimes even merged the two.
She told me not to tell you.
5.
Oh, good.
4.
Don't count.
3.
Oh, I love 3.
Yet, as Paige's uncanny impersonation raked in views, her content would soon capture the attention of the person who inspired every post, her muse.
She's my idol, so I'm kind of shaking a little bit.
But Paige wasn't the only doppelganger attracting both the internet's attention and soon enough, its scorn. Meet Ashley Leachin, the married mother of 2 from Nashville and registered nurse who bears a striking resemblance to one of the world's biggest stars, Taylor Swift. Like Paige, the comparisons Ashley received to Swift, 3 years her senior, also began at a young age. She was 13 when a modeling agent stopped her on the street to tell her she looked like the singer. After that, the comparisons followed her from high school to her job as a nurse.
I would actually have staff on the units ask oh my God, can I take a picture with you? My niece is a huge fan of Taylor Swift.
Then the pandemic hit, and Ashley, like many of us, downloaded TikTok. But what started out at Mom Talk posts gradually transitioned to more Swift-inspired content. Viewers commented on the likeness between the two. Yes, if imitation is a craft, both TikTokers had mastered it.
Let's see if you guys can spot the difference. Okay, let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute.
Who looks like Ariana more in this photo? This one's Ariana, but there's a filter. This one is Paige, and there's no filter other than sunlight, I think. Paige kind of looks like Ariana more.
TikTokers aren't the only ones who've mastered the craft of imitation. You've probably received texts from banks, delivery services, and more, not realizing they're actually from scammers in disguise. But thanks to this video's sponsor, Aura, you'll never have to worry about dangerous scam texts anymore. We were receiving these texts every month, sometimes multiple times in a month, sometimes from the same sender months apart. Oftentimes, we could identify the scam by fishy signs like unofficial emails, unofficial links, and multiple people being added to the conversation. But ones that annoyed us the most were the dangerous scam messages pretending to be e-transfer services. If we clicked on this suspicious link and deposited money into our account, it's very possible we could have accepted fraudulent money, or could be prone to malicious software being automatically downloaded to our device, which can be used to steal private information. This is so dangerous, because if we were expecting a deposit from someone, then we could have followed through without thinking twice. Even if we don't fall for these scams, they are still very annoying to receive so often. But Aura is helping to put a stop to these. They automatically opt us out of data broker websites, which collect and sell your personal information, one of the key ways scammers get your information. Aura will alert us if they find our phone numbers or any other sensitive information has been compromised in a data breach, like the recent AT&T one that exposed nearly all of their customers' phone numbers and the numbers they called or texted. Aura has a ton of other features that help keep us safe online too. Too many to mention here. If you also deal with a ton of spam and scam texts like we do, we strongly encourage you to try Aura. You can go use our link aura.com/spill to try 2 weeks for free. In those 2 weeks, Aura is going to be able to show you how many data brokers are exposing your personal information. Now back to the story. Had Paige and Ashley's dedication to imitation gone too far? See, when Paige and Ashley made their debuts across For You pages, the initial reception was welcoming, and it didn't take long for both to attract substantial followings that were floored by the resemblances the TikTokers bore to the respective celebrities.
It was a lot of fun. It was different back then.
But eventually, the tides turned. When it came to Paige, viewers couldn't understand why the teenager copied Ariana instead of being authentic.
You creating an entire persona online to look like somebody else. That ain't you. Like, why wouldn't you want to be yourself?
After all, Paige has admitted that recording a single TikTok imitating Ariana could take 4 to 5 hours to perfect.
It takes me so long because I want to make sure I have the right facial expressions and that I have like more energy.
And we're not talking about a hobby here, but a 7 days a week type of gig.
I started doing it for fun, and now it's kind of just something I do regularly.
When you say regularly, how many times a week?
Almost every day.
But if Paige's TikTok content wasn't enough, over on Instagram, her cosplay reached another level of uncanny, with photos of her copying Ariana's tattoos, and at times bearing such a resemblance to the singer that it appeared that she had Ariana's face superimposed over her own. And while Paige claimed this was just a cosplay and that she was different from Ariana IRL, there are times during interviews where she appeared to slip into her routine, whether it's using Ariana's signature squint or mimicking her laugh and voice.
I would love some sweetener tickets.
Still, Paige at least acknowledged the effort she put into her charade. Ashley, on the other hand, did not.
It blows my mind that you can walk out on stage in drag as Taylor Swift, literally wearing an outfit that is patently inspired by her. She still is keeping up the act that she just is like this. I mean, come on, girl. Kmart, bargain basement, Dollar Tree version, enough.
While a red lip and winged liner might enhance her likeness to Taylor, The nurse claimed her TikToks were no cosplay.
I'm not a Taylor lookalike. I'm Ashley. Just because I wear makeup doesn't mean that I'm putting on a costume.
That's right. According to Ashley, she couldn't tone down her similarities to Swift if she tried.
I really don't go out very often.
You don't?
I don't, because of this.
And despite being a fan of Taylor since her debut, and then dedicating her TikTok to her resemblance with the singer might suggest, Ashley was no obsessed fan.
I don't even know half the stuff that most die-hard Swifties know about Taylor Swift.
In fact, even if she was given the opportunity to meet Taylor, Ashley has claimed she
probably wouldn't because of the safety issue.
But perhaps Ashley's interest in Swift wasn't as casual as she made it out to be. After all, the TikToker toured inside Taylor's old Cordelia Street apartment in New York. She shared the same affinities Taylor had for red lipstick, the number 13, and Grey's Anatomy, a show the singer liked so much she named her cat Meredith Grey after one of the characters, a pet that viewers pointed out looked eerily similar to a cat Ashley had adopted, despite the TikToker downplaying the similarities.
My cat is just white and black and gray, and it's not named Meredith Grey.
And that was true. Ashley's cat may have been a similar breed, but it had its own name, Sloane, possibly inspired by another major Grey's Anatomy character, Dr. Mark Sloan. Yes, despite Ashley's insistence that the similarities she shared with Taylor were coincidental.
Are you a similar height and it looks like you're sort of a similar build, right?
I've been told that I walk like her. I've been told that I talk like her, like my mannerisms, and I'm like, I'm just me.
And that their differences were easy to spot.
I have brown eyes. You know, there's a lot of differences.
Swifties were unsettled by the way she seemed to change her style, her handwriting, the way she held her pen and makeup brushes, and even her voice to better mimic Taylor.
But as far as the long blonde curly hair, that was kind of just a younger phase.
It's like, Ashley, what are you gonna be for Halloween? A cat. A freaking cat. You know why? Not because they're cute and they're fluffy and they're just so cute. No, I'm always covered in cat hair. Might as well just be a cat.
Both Ashley and Paige had a word for the criticism they were receiving from Swifties and Arianators: bullying. A lot of the Swifties I have encountered don't stand by what Taylor Swift stands by, Ashley told Rolling Stone in February 2023. Randomly bullying someone? I feel like Taylor Swift wouldn't condone that type of behavior. That same year, Paige told Dazed, "When I started to do my looks like her, some of her fans are really sweet, but the other half are the meanest people I have ever seen online. Ariana fans get so offended when people do anything similar to Ariana. They'll be like, be yourself, or that they don't like people stealing, or that there is only one Ariana, that'll never be her." And the backlash was clearly taking a toll on the impersonators, as Paige posted a TikTok where she expressed how painful the hate directed her way had been.
That's fair. Sorry. I deserve it. Ow, that one really hurt.
And Ashley opened up about going on medication.
I felt like my world was over. You know, the amount of the attacks were just one after another, and it just wasn't stopping.
But there was one means Ashley had at her disposal to fight against the hate campaign directed her way: change.org. And so, in February 2023, Ashley launched a petition to stop the cyberbullying and harassment she and others were experiencing online. The TikToker also used the petition to deny the defamatory claims against her, including that she stole Taylor's favorite number, that she purposely adopted the same cat, and that she copied the way the singer held her pen. The petition has now closed with 452 supporters, just short of its 500 signatures goal. But while the effort had been an attempt to get Swifties off Ashley's back, online it only spurred more criticism. As one Reddit user surmised, "This girl crazy." And another user commented, "As a Swiftie, I do witness a lot of serious intense fan behavior, like next level obsession, make it their entire personality type behavior. But this lady, she really takes the cake. She's living in a delusion." I saw one of her recent videos, and she's even making herself sound like Taylor Swift. She has the same exact cadence and speech patterns that Taylor has. It's all very disturbing. She's like that viral Ariana Grande impersonator. If I was Ariana or Taylor, I would be so creeped out. They both literally changed everything about themselves to be exactly like who they're impersonating. Speaking of which, what did Taylor and Ariana think of their uncanny doubles? Well, Miss Swift, for one, didn't seem to take issue. After stumbling upon Ashley's reaction to her Midnight's Mayhem TikTok, where she announced that she would be releasing track names at random, Taylor liked the post and commented, "My mom just saw this and said, she looks like you." In a now deleted TikTok, Ashley personally thanked Taylor's mother, Andrea.
Andrea never had a mother figure. So I lived vicariously through you, Taylor. Best Day is one of my all-time favorite songs. Got me through my childhood. And Andrea, if you're seeing this, you're like a mother that I never had.
It was a bold statement, and one that weirded some Swifties out, as one Twitter user responded to the clip. "No, because this is so scary. I lived vicariously through you, Taylor. This needs to be studied. It means the whole world that she just said that she looked like Taylor? Girl, get a grip." And another fan tweeted, "Mama Swift's security is being tightened up as we speak." But while Taylor might not have publicly expressed any discomfort following Ashley's response video, Ariana didn't hold back when it came to the way she felt about Paige. In 2019, after discovering a video of the teen in full Ariana cosplay,
"It's a dog toy that looks like a phone. Isn't it cool?"
the singer tweeted, "I just wonder why the cat voice/dialogue. I'm sure she is the sweetest sweetheart for real, but it's definitely bizarre seeing people blend the two worlds, LMAO." But while the tweet wasn't exactly complimentary, in an interview with ET, Paige seemed to take Ariana's attention as a positive.
I was so shocked that she noticed me.
And she hadn't just acknowledged Paige publicly. According to the TikToker, she also received a DM from Ariana.
She said, "I'm flattered." She just wanted to let me know that I'm beautiful in my own way. And I said, "Thank you. And thank you for being so kind to me." And she said, "I'm proud of you."
Yet, despite the civil exchange, in April 2020, Ariana spoke out again. This time, however, she wasn't directing her comments specifically at Paige, but the entire genre of Ariana impersonators online. On her Instagram story, she reposted a video from filmmaker Jordan Firstman, who said,
"What if we took a moment, a small clip from a movie or a TV show, something that an artist really poured their soul into, and it just took them years to make, and it was an uphill battle the entire time. What if we took a moment from that and we kind of recontextualize it? Does that make sense? And we put a completely arbitrary meaning onto that thing that the artist loves so much, kind of degrading its entire value."
Ariana captioned the repost, "OMG, can this please also double as your impression of the ponytail TikTok girls who think doing the Cat Valentine voice and that wearing winged eyeliner and a sweatshirt is doing a good impersonation of me? Because this is really how it feels." As for Paige's reaction, well, safe to say, she was no longer starstruck to find herself on the singer's radar. The teen responded to Ariana's comments in a live stream.
"I'm used to Ariana shaving me, so kind of why I'm not a fan of her anymore, honestly."
And on Gabby Hanna's podcast in February 2021, Paige expanded on her feelings.
You idolize someone for so long, they turn out they're not the person you thought they were. I can't listen to her music anymore. If it comes on the radio, it's a trigger for me. I have to change the song, you know?
Following the incident, some internet users jumped to Paige's defense, seeing as she was only 15 when Ariana, an adult, shaded her, and intentionally or not, sicked her fanbase on the TikToker. As one Reddit user commented, "I went to her Instagram a little while ago to see how much she actually looks like Ari, and her comments are awful. Everyone's literally telling her to end herself. In what way is that justified just from her being a fan and doing impressions? She never said she wants to be Ariana." But even if Paige and Ashley did want to fool the world into believing that they were the real deal, both TikTokers had their tells. See, without the strategic contouring, eye makeup, and high pony, Paige bore little resemblance to Ariana. And when it came to Ashley, well, some didn't see the similarities to Swift at all. In fact, many viewers pointed out that the nurse seemed to better resemble actress Lily Rabe, or less flatteringly for a 30-year-old woman, Rosie O'Donnell or Joan Rivers. And even those who did believe the doppelgangers looked like their idols on social media, at certain angles and often in interviews where they had no control over the lighting and camera placement, the uncanny effect was lost, which has led some suspicion that the way they filmed their videos was strategic.
I mean, pretty much all her videos were at this lower angle, so I'm wondering if it's, yes, it could potentially be a filter, but I'm wondering if too, this angle, she looks more like her, which is why she always keeps us on that low angle.
Yet, the limits of their natural appearances haven't stopped Paige and Ashley from going to extremes to perfect their routines. See, it takes effort to keep up with a celebrity's appearance, especially when that celebrity changes up their look as drastically as Ariana. Yep, just as there's a far cry between the Ariana of her child star days
I'm Ariana Grande from Victorious on Nickelodeon.
and the dangerous woman singer.
Do you ever scroll back too far on your Facebook feed and you're like, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? My eyebrows too, like what's all that about?
So too has the Ariana of present day transformed. However, it wasn't just the singer's hair color that had changed after being cast as Glinda in the film adaptation of Wicked, but her body. And it wasn't long before concern sparked online that the singer had developed an ED. For her part, Ariana has denied this allegation.
There are many different ways to look healthy and beautiful. I know personally for me, the body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body.
However, not everyone was convinced, and these same skeptics believed that someone else is following in Ariana's footsteps by developing her own ED, Paige. Yes, along with going blonde, the TikToker's body has also changed, as seen in this photo as recent as June 24th. A development that's both alarmed and saddened the internet, as well as confirmed worse suspicions, as one Reddit user commented. I mean, if there's any proof that Ariana's ED is influencing her audience, this is a pretty good indicator. Others urged Paige to get real help. You need real therapy. I'm dead serious. You're not cosplaying. You're trying to be another person, which is a mental personality disorder. Your obsession with Ariana has become beyond unhealthy. There is help to get, and considering Paige has admitted that she no longer supports Ariana makes this situation all the more peculiar. As one person wrote, the fact that she isn't even following Ariana is crazy. According to social media, Paige wasn't the only one who made some serious changes over the years to keep up her shtick. When old photos of Ashley began circulating online, social media users were struck by the differences between her former and current appearance.
Obviously, Ashley has said that she has looked like Taylor ever since she was, 12, 13 years old. They've just been twins their whole life. But in the brief intermission between her being 12 years old and looking just like Taylor and her, now looking just like Taylor, according to her, she had a brief career as an Elizabeth Warren impersonator. And I have to give credit where credit is due. She did it flawlessly.
Naturally, these changes have led to widespread speculation amongst Swifties that the influencer had some professional work done.
She clearly has had some kind of cosmetic procedures done in order to look more like Taylor Swift.
And after photos surfaced that appeared to show Ashley's before and afters for a non-surgical nose job, well, it was case closed. Or was it? See, according to Ashley, the work she had wasn't nearly as extensive as the internet seemed to believe it was. She acknowledged that yes, she had her teeth done after she appeared in a viral music video where she was bullied for them, and that she's had filler and Botox following the fat loss she experienced during the pandemic. The TikToker was adamant that none of these procedures had been to further her resemblance to Taylor Swift, and that she hadn't had anything invasive done. In fact, when it came to the latter, she could prove it. Enlisting the services of social media famous plastic surgeon Dr. Barrett, Ashley allowed him to inspect her face for a video and then provide his expert opinion on whether she's had plastic surgery. As for the verdict,
I don't see any signs of plastic surgery work here, you guys. She admits to a little bit of Botox and a little bit of filler, which is completely common, but in terms of plastic surgery, it's all natural.
But while some viewers were happy that Ashley was proving her haters wrong, The obsession y'all have with hating on Ashley is straight up fan behavior. She lives rent-free in your mind for simply existing and resembling a well-known artist. Keep doing you, Ashley. Kill them with kindness. And others remained skeptical. But did she show you her before photos? Because it's very clear she's had a lot of work done, not just filler and Botox. LOL. For many, the issue with these celebrity clones wasn't the harm they inflicted upon themselves, but the harm they posed to the public. Paige, for one, has taken part in several stunts where she duped unsuspecting fans into believing they've met Ariana.
I don't want to like get too close since I was a little kid. Like on TV, yeah. I had a huge crush on Kat. I swear. Don't even get me started.
Ariana Grande! Oh my god! Watch
Only for them to then realize that their emotions were toyed with for views.
This isn't actually Ariana Grande. Wait, what?
Ashley has also been known to pull the wool over fans' eyes. However, unlike the prank setups Paige has taken part in, the Swift clones' run-ins were framed as cases of mistaken identity.
It's not anything like over the top. They just kind of go up to me and ask me like, oh my gosh, hey, I thought you were Taylor. Are you her? And then I'm like, no, I'm not her.
After all, it wasn't Ashley's fault that her resemblance to Taylor was so uncanny that fans believed they'd met the A-lister, even if her outfits, makeup, hairstyle, and mannerisms did nothing to tip them off.
It's Ashley. It's Ashley. It's just Ashley. It's just Ashley.
Taylor, I love you so much.
It's just Ashley.
Still, footage of Ashley captured at the Eras tour that showed the TikToker giddily looking around and seemingly approaching fans had some critics speculating that Ashley didn't just enjoy being mistaken as Taylor, but that she was constantly waiting for fans to make the false assumption. One Reddit user who allegedly saw Ashley at the When We Were Young festival in Las Vegas described her effort to look like Taylor Swift as uncanny. They wrote, "She dressed in a black Taylor dupe getup and looked identical to her in the face. I knew it was Ashley the second I saw her because she straight up embodied Taylor completely. It was odd that to me, she had to have to full Taylor getup at this emo music festival and couldn't just be herself. Her outfit was not one I would want to stand in for 12 hours in Las Vegas. The whole thing was just attention grabby and weird." When another user commented, "Please tell me no one was fooled," the festival goer replied, "Nope. While she had VIP bracelets on, she was waiting in line with her husband/BF, whatever he is, with the general pop, so nobody was fooled. But she did get some inquisitive looks. I was high as hell and had to be staring so hard at her, trying to dissect her entire existence. She even had sunglasses on and looked just like her. I was freaked out for a bit. I never expected this girl from TikTok that looks just like Taylor to be right there, you know? Yet, it's not just in person that Ashley's uncanny resemblance to Taylor has left to some serious double takes. See, despite Ashley's TikTok username clearly separating her from the Cardigan singer, viewers often initially assume she's Taylor. And in one instance, the singer Jax told her agent, record label manager, and friends and family that Taylor had used her song in a video before realizing that it hadn't been the superstar, but nurse and mother of two, Ashley. Of course, this was nothing compared to the mayhem the real Taylor Swift could inspire. After all, it was just last August that the singer's appearance at hotspots throughout Los Angeles next to hired security led to a mob of fans looking to catch a glimpse of the star. Or come to think of that, had that been Taylor at all? No, it turned out the architect of this chaos wasn't Swift, but Ashley. And the internet wasn't impressed.
I mean, I don't want to be mean, but I think she's just doing all this for attention.
This woman is very unserious. Like, what is the reason?
This girl literally goes online and says, "Stop comparing me to Taylor Swift, I'm my own person." And then she does stuff like this.
I used to defend Ashley Leachin, but when I just saw videos of her walking around with fake bodyguards, clearly trying to give off the impression that she is Taylor Swift, walking through highly populated areas, I think I need to step away from defending her now. It's weird.
Over a week later, a video by YouTuber prankster Victor Galvin was uploaded to the platform with the title "Fake Taylor Swift Prank, Disney Shutdown." Yes, the whole commotion had been a social experiment to draw attention to the chaos Taylor's celebrity status stirs.
Mom loves you. Got a picture with her. Just one picture. No, one picture.
Without fostering any meaningful connections.
They always ask her for a picture, but never how she's feeling.
Yet for many, any message the upload was trying to convey was lost in the madness the stunt manifested.
It's just Ashley!
At the end of the video, Ashley and Vic attempted to address the outrage.
One misconception online is that I try my hardest to replace Taylor, to be her, to have her life. And this is just fun. This is just fun and games for me. I have my life. I'm a mom. You know, you only have one life, you know. It's
live
fun.
it, right? Yeah,
just live it.
Yet criticism continued as internet users pointed out that the manufactured mob seemed to make light of an incident where Taylor had been ambushed by a crowd at Jack Aftonoff and Margaret Qualley's wedding just a day prior to the prank. In a since-deleted video responding to the backlash, Ashley claimed that this just came down to horrific timing. Still, from the influencer's perspective, there remained a valuable lesson to be gleaned from the prank. In this fandom, I do feel like there is a possessiveness over Taylor. I feel like the possessiveness can get dangerous, and it did show. It really did. She said, I had such a positive experience in person, and then, of course, online, you get a whole different beast. But after a while, Ashley became tired of defending herself.
Like, no matter what, they're gonna create their own narrative, such as, oh my gosh, did you hear, guys? She called paparazzi. I didn't, though. So it's just like, no matter what, you know what's right, what's wrong.
Absolutely.
You can't control what they're gonna say.
And for that matter, the internet couldn't control Ashley and Paige. At least, not when their charades had already proven so fruitful. Like it or not, Paige and Ashley's social media hustles have given them recognition. And with burgeoning influencer status came sponsorships.
I wanted to do something special for my mom because her mom, my grandma, lives on the other side of the country and we miss her so much. Thanks to Paint Your Life, I can give her a very special gift. So let's go see her reaction.
Oh, I'll love this forever.
PR packages.
So, I've never tried this brand. It's called Lily Lashes, and of course, I don't have eyelashes.
And opportunities. Ashley, for one, seemingly made the career pivot from the ER to the For You page, as well as the screen.
My dream is to be an actor.
And she's already booked and busy, from landing roles in films to Taylor impersonator gigs.
I did a little girls camp, an all girls camp, and that was so fun. I wore the black sequin shorts. I did the hat. I wore the red heart sunglasses.
Paige's social media clout also earned her a manager, after which the influencer told Teen Vogue that it would be cool to be successful at singing and acting and stuff. However, these opportunities aren't always as enviable as they first appear. In 2023, Paige walked at the Creators Inc. show for New York Fashion Week. However, her unpolished walk raised some eyebrows. As one Reddit user commented, she looks like a kindergartner running out to the playground. And another user confessed, I'm getting so much secondhand embarrassment, but I can't stop watching this on repeat. The fashion world also weighed in, with former model Janice Dickinson even uploading a TikTok roasting Paige.
I mean, look at this wannabe. Is she giving up on the runway? I give her a 0. She's not even trying.
But from Ashley's experience, it wasn't just public opinion that put a damper on these endeavors, but the people that presented the opportunities in the first place. See, on January 31st, 2023, Ashley posted a now-deleted video where she announced that she was invited by a company called Sweetie High to be part of music's biggest night.
Yes, it is official. I have partnered with the Grammys.
Right away, there were red flags, including that she'd be tasked with doing 31 deliverables, she wouldn't be compensated, and she wasn't allowed to walk the red carpet with her husband. Yet, refusing to give up what she believed to be the opportunity of a lifetime, Ashley agreed. Then, after spending $2,000 on travel, accommodations, her dress, and childcare in order to attend the event, she received a message saying she was disinvited.
Landed in LAX taxiing, and I received a text message from the CEO. They said, call me right now.
Ashley called the CEO immediately.
And she's like, plans have changed. You don't have a ticket.
You don't have a ticket at all. I was caught off guard. I was like, what do you mean I don't have a ticket? And she was just like, you're not going to the Grammys.
And that was it. Ashley was never offered an explanation. All the influencer was told was that everyone that brand had partnered with had been pulled, which turned out to be a lie.
No, just me. Just me.
This, of course, led to speculation that Taylor Swift had personally asked that Ashley be taken off the list. Ashley, however, believed that since Taylor hadn't been set to show up until the last minute, that the brand had been behind her disinvite.
My opinion, I think they were trying to pull a publicity stunt. I really do. I think they were trying to get me on the red carpet, cause commotion.
Yet, when it came to being publicly humiliated by an empty promise, let's just say this wasn't Ashley's first rodeo. In fact, it was just in 2021 that an allegedly well-connected someone from Hollywood reached out to the influencer with a chance to work in a commercial series as Taylor Swift's double.
He went as far as actually creating voice messages that sounded like Taylor. Sorry, I'm like emotional about it.
No, I don't blame you. No, to be like duped like that, yeah.
He told Ashley to create a video pointing to a calendar saying that she was going to meet Taylor on this specific date and that Taylor would duet her.
At that point, I didn't know what I was doing. I was very naive, and I did what he said.
Naturally, this did nothing to counter the obsessed fan narrative, especially when the opportunity never materialized. And looking back, Ashley could plainly see that she was taken advantage of.
I've been groomed before. I've experienced what grooming is like on different levels, and he groomed me. He did.
But for an industry all too eager to exploit these celebrity clones for their likenesses, Paige had found her own way to cash in. For a girl who once dreamed of working at Disney,
what character would you want to be? I don't know, maybe one of the princesses. I don't know which one.
Paige was now cosplaying for an entirely different audience. That's right. In September 2022, she joined OF, a platform that welcomes creators to put exclusive content behind a paywall, but more infamously known for creators selling their body to their audience. And while the then 18-year-old used her own name to upload the explicit content, and her 2024 profile states that she's not cosplaying or impersonating Ariana's appearance, well, it was all Grande. Whether it was intentional or not, Paige was wearing a similar high ponytail, similar makeup and winged eyeliner, creating a similar straight eyebrow shape, and even showing her face at angles that look more like Ari, all while exposing her body in a way Ariana has never done in public. And it didn't stop at photos. Paige even supplied videos where she completely removed her top. Paige even shared a bit of risque content on her public Instagram profile as recently as July 17th, wearing a white bra. Not to mention, her makeup looked very similar to Ariana's look posted a few days prior. As for Arianators, the fan base was distraught. Paige Neiman starting an OF cosplaying as Ariana Grande is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen. In my opinion, this is going too far and is disgusting, weird, and insanely disrespectful. That is scary. Leave Ari alone, you creep. Ariana said multiple times that impersonators make her uncomfortable. And not only Paige Neiman decided to give zero shits about it, but she leveled up her creepiness by cosplaying as Ariana on her OF. Why hasn't this girl got sued yet is beyond me. And that was the sentiment echoed throughout the internet. Ariana needed to lawyer up.
She has shaved the end of her eyebrow off to look straighter like Ariana's. She has done the eye makeup. She has, again, contoured the ever-loving shit out of her nose. She's got lip injections. She's doing the facial expressions of Ariana while selling nudity. So like I was telling Lily, I'm like, isn't this deepfake territory?
After all, while it was Paige's right to do what she wanted with her body, her content would likely draw in an audience that would use Paige's likeness to Ariana to fantasize about the singer.
People are quite upset because she is going to gain quite a bit of a following on this platform and gain quite a bit of money on this platform because she looks like Ariana Grande.
In fact, when Paige's OF content began leaking online despite the paywall, anonymous admirers made it clear in disturbing comments that while it might have been Paige in explicit videos and images, it was her similarities to Ariana that drew them in. Holy, I much prefer seeing Ari like this. I thought that this was a release video of Ariana Grande.
I'm still gonna enjoy myself to this.
So with all of these incidents in mind, what's at the core of the internet's discomfort with Paige and Ashley? Well, while there's nothing wrong with a little dress up, these aren't just casual cosplays. Paige and Ashley may have made careers out of their respective likenesses to Ariana and Taylor.
I have a niche on TikTok, and ultimately that's me wearing lipstick.
And that means regardless of what the celebrities may want, their images have been tied to sponsorships, pranks, and even explicit content. In the end, this both undermines Taylor and Ariana's hard work and, potentially, affects the way these doppelgangers see themselves.
I just feel like I'm not enough, you know?
You're such a cool person. And if you showed that, I think people would like it more than you think. I think you're awesome.
Yet even at the expense of becoming the butt of the joke.
Ask Ariana, Venti, and Medium Sean. All right, I'm gonna go put my phone on the dresser.
Paige and Ashley's commitment to their bits hasn't ceased. And as a result, they're still profiting off of their resemblances, whether it's Paige's continuing to upload content to her OF, or Ashley pretending to be Taylor for an ad selling puppies.
I'm used to celebs getting pups from me, but it's usually their assistants doing the pickup. And there she was, right on my doorstep.
And the opportunities just keep coming. As in May, both Ashley and Paige, along with other lookalikes, were selected to be a part of Alexander Wang's campaign for the designer's Rico bag. So whether internet users are perturbed by the doppelgangers,
I mean, it's a freak show,
or appreciate their dedication,
she's been going at it for years. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, even Ariana Grande herself has given her hate. They said, stop. And she's still doing it. You have to respect that. She is like a modern day Amelia Earhart.
it's clear we haven't seen the last of Paige Neiman and Ashley Leachin. Appearance is a funny thing. As much as we say looks don't matter, like it or not, our identities are tied to minute physical characteristics, from the way someone scrunches their nose when they smile to the arch of a brow. And this means when people come across uncanny resemblances to some of the most recognizable faces on the planet.
You have her walk, you have her demeanor, and you happen to be a fan.
Yes, absolutely.
It's hard to not feel deceived.
I think impersonation is great as long as people know that you're an impersonator. Otherwise, it just seems really mean.
Especially when the lines between real and fake become dangerously blurred.
Like, she doesn't actually naturally look exactly like Ariana. Like, she's going out of her way to do it. It's insane. You shouldn't be able to do this.
This is the story of Paige Neiman and Ashley Leachin, two impersonators who've gone to extremes to maintain their facades.